What's up everybody, my name is Tiffany and this is Locs. Today's video is pretty cool because one, I am 10 months locked as of today. June 7th, 2019 is when I locked, and to honor this 10-month anniversary, I'm going to bring to you 10 tips for your braid lock or your lock journey period. So stay tuned and we're gonna get into those 10 tips. Before we get into the 10 tips, I do wanna give a shout out to my girl, Desiree Lashes. I'm wearing another one of her lip glosses today. I bought two and I featured one in my last video. And I wanna feature this one today. Smells super good. I'm gonna put the details in the description box below. Just know my lips are shining, 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 yeah. All right, let's get into it. Tip number one is take pictures. I know there are people who are not picture people or they don't consider themselves photogenic, but take pictures. Even if you don't post them, even if you don't send them to your friends or your family or distribute them anyway, I encourage you to take pictures and even just keep them for yourself, because there are times where you feel like your hair is not growing, but when you go and look at your installation pictures or a week, a month into it, and you're like 3 months in, you're like, oh, maybe I don't have length yet, but I have thickness. My hair is maturing, my hair is growing. So if you don't establish that baseline per se, you are going to have, or you could have, a very hard time being encouraged throughout your journey and really seeing where that growth is taking place and how it's taking place. So take pictures, y'all, take pictures. Tip number two is to braid or band your locks in the earlier stages. So I have braid locks, and one of the reasons that I chose braid locks is that I'd be able to wash my hair right after I got them done. I didn't have to worry about waiting a certain number of weeks or a certain number of months or wait until they reach a certain point and their maturity. I could just wash them when I was ready to wash them because they're less likely to unravel. But one of the things that I did not realize is that because they were still really new, I was experiencing super major, ginormous, gigantic, huge shrinkage. So if you look at this picture, I started out at this length and then I'm experiencing this other length. And it really bothered me because I wasn't expecting my hair to shrink like that. One of the reasons also that I chose braid locks is because it's more of a stretched way to start your locks, and I wanted to see my length. I ain't really had that much length. It wasn't like this tiny, but it also wasn't long enough to where I was comfortable per se. And I was actually a little torn about starting my locks at that length, but I just went for it. I just went for it, obviously. But I would encourage you to braid or band your locks. One of my followers on Instagram suggested this when I was sharing that I was experiencing the shrinkage. And I know that people with sister locks braid and band, but I didn't know braid locks were still susceptible to shrinkage. Duh. Tip number three, use leave-in conditioners that are watery or silky. First things first, like most people know, but if you don't know, you should definitely be using a leave-in conditioner. Two, your leave-in conditioner should be water-based. And if it's not, you need to throw it in the trash right now and order something on Walmart or Amazon and see if they'll deliver it during this quarantine, because you need a water-based leave-in conditioner. And make sure it's watery or silky. You don't want it to have a thick consistency to it, or it can cause buildup in your locks. And buildup, I've seen people really struggle to get buildup out of their locks after several washes, washing with shampoo, washing with dishwashing liquid, washing with apple cider vinegar. It just don't be going away. So not all the time. I'm not saying all buildup won't go away, but to minimize and even prevent buildup altogether, utilize water-based and silky leave-in conditioners. Number four, do hot oil treatments. I started hot oil treatments only because I was experiencing a really dry and a really flaky scalp in the wintertime. And I had done them as a loose natural, but I didn't really consider them when I locked. But I really saw a difference in how dry and flaky my scalp was when I started implementing those hot oil treatments. I do mine every time I wash, which is once a week. If you don't wash your hair that often, then you can still do the hot oil treatments as often as you wash your hair, but I would totally recommend it. Make sure you check out my video on how to do a hot oil treatment for locks, and then do it next time you wash your hair. If you are not having flaky problems, but you're having dry scalp problems, I would still recommend a hot oil treatment, but normally the two go hand in hand. If you have a dry scalp and you're not experiencing flakes, please drop your secret below. Thank you. Number 5, experiment with hairstyles. I have said 1,176.9 times that my go-to hairstyles always include puffs. I love my puffy puffs. My Teddy Graham is my favorite style ever. Sometimes I do the 2 puffs, sometimes I do the puff in the back, but I love puffs. Not Cocoa Puffs though. But I love puffs, and some people just expect that my hair is gonna look like this because this is my easy go-to style. It also helps you see what kind of style suits your personality, what styles suit your face, the shape of your face. I mean, I really haven't looked at too many styles online where I have been encouraged to try them besides this one. And I think one of the reasons why is I feel like my hair is not thick enough or it's not long enough. So really my styles just come from my imagination where I'm like, listen, this is tired. This hairstyle is just, it's old. I need something. Number 6, Satin to Locs. What does that mean? Just what I said. Some people are sleeping on cotton pillowcases with no bonnet, no scarf. What is you doing? That stuff rips your hair out and makes your locks frizzy. I mean, if you like frizzy locks, more power to you. I don't mind frizzy locks, but I do mind locks that are being torn apart on cotton. So I do not like bonnets. I do not like scarves. I get very hot at night and I sweat, and sometimes it just breaks me out right across my forehead. So I don't do them, but I do satin pillowcases. So if you don't like scarves or bonnets, or you just want something new, you want your scalp to breathe, totally recommend a satin pillowcase. But you need to chuck your cotton pillowcase if you're not gonna cover your hair, okay? Number 7. Number 7 is let your hair down. And I need to take my own advice on this one. I honestly don't like to wear my hair down. And I think it's because I feel like when I wear my hair down, it's really stiff, or it just looks so short to me all the time. And I don't like to wear my hair down, but with this quarantine and when I do come home from work, I take my puffs out. I love when my scalp can just breathe, when my roots can breathe. So if you are a person who keeps your hair up all the time, I would encourage you every now and then, just let your hair be down. Let everything breathe, let everything take a breath and relax. You should take a breath and relax too. I just felt the need to say that. Number 8, and this one is a really big one that I feel like has really helped my locks mature, and that is wet your locks daily. I started my Braidloc'd journey wetting my hair in the shower. Every time I showered, I would wet my hair in the shower, and then I would add like a little mist of leave-in conditioner. And that was when my locks, like I said, were really new. So they were mostly braids and they weren't holding too much water, and I could dry them pretty easily and just still have them be damp. But it helped my little ends to coil up and not be poofy, but also it just, you know, when they expand and then when they shrink back up, it's expanded and contract. But you know what I'm saying? It just helps them to grow and to tangle. Not tangle. But I guess if they're doing that, they kind of tangle into. But I recommend wetting your hair every day, whether that's in the shower or just a spray bottle. I normally spray my locks every day to manipulate them into some kind of style anyway, but make sure you wet your locks daily. 9, and this is a really big one too. Peep, these last 3 is just real big. Number 9, don't compare your lock journey to others. I feel like people say this all the time, but it's really, really important. I mean, period, you really shouldn't compare yourself and the things about yourself to other people and the things about other people. But really, as this is about locks and your lock journey, like, do not compare your locks and your lock journey to other people. And I'm taking my own advice on this as well, because there are times where I look at people that are locked on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, the interwebs, and I'm like, oh, you mean in 10 months you gained 6 inches and I only gained 3? So what kind of hair you got? What do you eat? How many hours a night do you sleep? But at the same, like, we all have different genes. We're all made up completely differently. We do have different routines. I could use the same products as somebody and my hair is going to respond completely differently. And it doesn't mean that my lock journey is less influential. It doesn't mean that my locks aren't as beautiful. People compliment my locks. I'm not going to say all the time because that's an over exaggeration. But people compliment my locks. People say they like my hair. I like my hair. And I shouldn't feel like my hair, my lock journey is less significant or less beautiful because there are other people whose hair has matured more quickly than mine, or their hair has grown faster than mine, or their hair will just always be longer than mine. I'm doing a disservice to myself and my own journey by focusing on somebody else's journey. So really, whether you're in the new stages of your journey or you're like super seasoned, I just recommend like, don't compare your journey to other people's journeys. And that's in life, yo. That's in life. Last one is live your life. I have to see if I can find the YouTube video. When I was doing my research, a lot of ladies said, just live your life. She was like, you're not waiting on your locks to grow. You're just living your life. And that was something that I realized over time. Not that I'm like years into my journey, but I remember being a few days in, a few weeks in, and I'm like, is it growing? Is it growing? But how long is it going to take me to get here? Ooh, is y'all maturing? Y'all maturing over there? And now I'm just kind of like here. Like I wake up and I do my hair or I don't do my hair. I wash my hair or I don't wash my hair. It's grown or it hasn't grown. I would like it to grow, but I'm also like not checking the mirror every day to see if my hair has grown because I have other things to do. And this is a part of my journey, but this is my journey, but this is not the only thing I'm focusing on. So really like, don't get caught up in how quickly your hair is growing or isn't growing. Live your life, live your life. So I hope this video was helpful, maybe even inspirational to somebody out there. If so, please let me know in the comments, like it, share it with someone that you think it might help as well. I am on this journey, y'all, 10 months in, and that's where I'm at. Be sure to check out Desiree Lashes, purchase some lashes or some lip gloss. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Locs_ for more frequent pic, photo, maybe even some video updates. And that's it, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to me here on the YouTube.